What's up, Facebook family, human family, social media family? 7.5 billion people on the planet. We're here to make a difference. Just wanted to let you know that today is the day you just got to get out and do something. You know, the Surgeon General and other doctors are talking about human beings being able to get out of their homes and take a 30-minute walk or go to the park and practice social distancing and just trying to get your mind off of everything that's going around. And a lot of doctors are saying don't listen to the news too much, get you a little feel of it and then get on with your life, because if you keep putting too much of that in your brain, you're going to become overwhelmed with what might be astronomical or minimal, but it's just depending on how you process it, right? You have to make sure that you're taking care of yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody's going to do it for you. I mean, the doctors, they're going to come on and prescribe you the right steps you need to take to take care of one another and to mostly take care of yourself. But this whole process is about you being able to identify who you are. That's just how I look at it. You take this time out, ladies and gentlemen, and redefine your life. Reconnect to that thing which is bigger than what we're going through. I just recently went shopping, right? And normally when I go shopping, I don't look for experiences. I just go get what I got to get back in the car, and just go back home. And usually when you do that, when you go to certain stores, you always find people that are homeless or needing money to get food or whatever their signs may say. And I was walking to the store, and as I was walking to the store, I saw this gentleman on the curb. And my initial response is, yeah, he's gonna hit me up for a couple dollars. And when I walked to him, he didn't even hit me up for a couple dollars. You know what he did? He just lifted his head up and said, "Hey man, how you doing?" I said, "I'm doing good, man." He said, "Well, you have a good day." Now that shook me for a second, because normally I was looking for him. I normally look for someone to say, "Yo, can you give me this to get me a beer or a hamburger or something," right? But he didn't say anything. He simply just said those few words to me, and you know what? He put his head back down. Now that kind of shook my whole perception of what was going on. You see, because perception is everything. And that was deep to me, because he didn't do what I had expected him to do. You see, that's life. Life is always unexpected. So I'm in the store and I'm shopping. I'm getting everything that I need. There's a lot of things that I can't get, because everybody is getting what they need to get for their family as well. But nonetheless, I got to get what I got to get for myself if I'm to have a decent meal every day. But while I'm doing this, my man is still in my brain. Why? Because he did something that was totally unexpected. And when you can understand that life is about unexpectancy, and you can look at that can give you a new burst of energy, it gives you a new perspective, and then it lets you know that everything that you think should be a normal for someone else to see is not that way, right? So I'm shopping, I'm still, getting my belongings. And then when I proceed to check out, dude is still on my mind. So I walk out and he's still in that same position. As a matter of fact, he still has his head down. And sometimes when your mind speaks to you, you have to respond to that. And I don't know if I'm saying this in a positive way or negative way, but something said, you gotta give to my man. And I'm like, yeah, I think me thinking out loud, I say, yeah, I need to do that, because this was totally unexpected. So I go up to him. I say, "Here you go, my man." He raises up his head. He said, "Oh, thank you, dude. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you." Well, I said, "Nah, man, no problem." And then he said, I said, "I just thought about it and just, want to make my contribution." Then he said, "Man, you could have given me anything, man. You could have given me a quarter or whatever the case may be, and I would have been appreciative." I go to my car and I'm thinking to myself, who am I to judge? Right? I could have been the one to say, "Man, I don't want to give to this dude," or "I don't want to give to anybody." But what is life, though? What if life, if anything, it has things that's going to be unexpected all the time. Be it good, bad, or indifference, or how you perceive it. But the thing about the human family is we have to process things reasonably. We're better than animals of the field because we have the voice of reason. And it teaches us right from wrong. It teaches us how to sing a happy song. It teaches us if we want to be depressed. It teaches us if we choose to be in a lot of mess, we can be in a lot of mess because we can put our mind under a lot of stress. But what we got to do is, in a time like this, though, we have to give off what I call spiritual vibes. I'm not talking about positive. I'm not talking about negative. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a spiritual vibe. A vibe that you know where you came from and you know where you're going. And in this allotted time for us to kind of reflect on ourselves, our family, our environment, our culture, and just the human family in general, you got to get on that vibe of being spiritual at least some point in this journey, right? And the reason you want to be spiritual is just like me seeing my man sitting down and me thinking he wants something from me when all he wanted me to do was just say hello and going on about my business, right? But even if I didn't say hello or didn't do anything, my man was still like, well, you could have given me anything. And that begs me to ask the human family this question: what can you give someone that's of value to their lives without feeling like you got to always want something in return? Now, when my mind told me to give to my man, it wasn't like, it was spontaneous too, because I was thinking I just need to go the other way. I didn't even need to do that. But as soon as I stepped outside, my mind said, no, you got to give to my man. So if the Surgeon General is saying to you, like, yo, get outside, ladies and gentlemen, get outside and find yourself. Get outside and breathe fresh air. Get outside and enjoy the sunshine. Get outside and take in these cloudy days. Get outside so you can get your mind out of that maze. If you're always thinking that you got to be down on yourself and there's no one else to help you, there's somebody to help you, and the only person that can help you is you. You're the only one that can bring light to your life, ladies and gentlemen. You're the only one that can bring light to your family. Like, even when your family is in complicated situations, you are the one that can brighten that up. If you're a person that's all about brightening lives, right? If you're a miserable person, then all you're going to pass off is misery. And people going to detect that from you, and then they're going to flee from you because they don't understand why you got to be so negative all the time. No person should want to be negative all the time. There's people that you know that you can stand around with them. As long as you're negative, they're going to stand there with you because you got that same energy like they have. Like, I could have not given to my man and felt like everybody else in the world, like everybody wants something from me. But my mom was like different, said, no, don't even do that. Just go give to my man and keep it moving. So if you want to give to people, man, give them something that they can use. Now, if you're in a negative group of people and you are a negative group of people, then stay with a negative group of people, but don't knock that one person who's just trying to be positive. Just because they woke up this morning, they see a cloudy day and they say, man, I thank God for this one right here because I get to see it. Then you want to be around somebody say, thank you, it's a cloudy day, always messing up my time to go to the beach. It's messing up my time to spend time with my family. No, you can do all of that, but you got to appreciate something. And I'm saying that to say that life is going to always be filled with challenges. There's not a history in no part of the world that you can read where man hasn't had turbulent times. There's no place in your family, like your immediate family, where you can't say that you had turbulent times. There's no place in your community where you live around a group of community people that where you haven't had turbulent times. I mean, it's there for the taking, ladies and gentlemen. And do you know why it's turbulent? It's going to be kind of spiritual. Hopefully you kind of get this. You know why all our times are turbulent throughout this whole world, this whole planet? I'm going to tell you why it's turbulent. It may not be right, but this is what I feel. I read a lot, right? I think that whoever the original man was in this world, that original man and that original woman who did not listen to what God told him about bite from that tree of knowledge. Yo, man, it's like, yo, that's the problem right there. So you're going to always have a problem because, first of all, the first man was like, when God was calling him, he was like, Adam, where you at? Adam was hiding, man. Like, yo, man, why are you looking for me? He said, yo, Adam, where you at, man? I know you out here in this garden somewhere, so make yourself known. He said, yo, you took from that tree, right? And he said, yeah, we took from that tree. He said, okay. you're going to have to suffer for that. You're just going to have to suffer for that. Now, Adam could have looked at that and like squirmed away and not been a man to own up, but he owned up, and the process of creation just began for human beings. So if you're looking for issues, if you're looking for a reason to complain, when you bring kids into the world, ask yourself, are you a happy person? Because you're the creator now. You're the creator of, my mom and my dad created me. Your mom and your dad created you, and you created people after you. So what's the frame of mind now? We're stuck right now in 2020 with something that we didn't expect, this virus. And the surgeon generals and the doctors are trying to tell us what we need to do to be safe. I mean, they're doctors, we're not. So if they're giving us prescription, then we got to take the prescription. We got to eat that pill until we can find out what's real. And as long as you can just understand that it's just a phase, then you can get out and take a 30-minute walk, man. You can take your kids outside, man, and practice social distancing, but give them some fresh air. Still give them perspective and talk to them realistically about what does it take to make myself better. Because at this point in time, since we're isolated like we are, then introspection is the key. What's in me that I need to weed out, or what's in me that I need to enhance to show the world that I'm taking a stance on my life. And that's why we run to the churches, the mosques, the synagogues, the temple. We run to all of that because we think that the building and the people that's teaching in the building and the people that we're associating with are going to make me new. That doesn't make you new. What makes you new is if you run to them and that minister or that teacher says something that's different that you haven't heard, and you decide to implement that, then you become a different person when you leave the temple, the mosque, the synagogue, the church, right? Because they're going to say something like, when you walk in there, you may be miserable, man, and you might think the world is about to end. But technically, the world is not going to end. You just think that it's going to end. It hadn't ended yet, right? But you think that it is because you got all this pressure in your brain, and your kids are misbehaving, your husband, your wife, your significant other. Nobody's treating you right. But then you go to these places, and then all of a sudden that minister dropped that word, and he says something like, well, just seek wisdom in the problems that you have. See, is there a teachable moment in that moment that you have? So says the good books that everybody reads. And all of a sudden your mind pops up and like, yeah, okay, now I need to look for what's good in the situation that I have. Now, once you find what's good, then the people that you need to share that with is the people where you thought you saw the bad, right? So that the people that see the bad, when they know that you're bringing out the good, they can say, oh, man, I wasn't even thinking that way. You know, you're right. You know, you're right. That's my bad. I shouldn't have yelled at you. I shouldn't have done this, or I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't treat people at my job like this. See, now you're a different person. Now you're getting on a different level. But you have to sustain that. And in order to sustain that, the church, the mosque, the synagogues, the temple, the person that's teaching, they still can help you sustain it. Because once you get it in you, you have to maintain it. And if you maintain it each and every day, if you meditate each and every day, if you just find that time to just isolate yourself from the rest of the world, meaning that you go inside and you do a little meditation on your thoughts and your way of thinking and your way of life and what you have and what you don't have and what you need and what you don't need, then you become what I call like a wise person in their years. Simply meaning that who you were yesterday, you're not going to be that way today, right? Who you were yesterday, once you obtain wisdom, you can never be what you were the day before. Why? Because that knowledge now has turned your mind into the person that you need to become. And when you look at yourself on a deeper level, right? Not just this flesh that you have, not just the mental thinking that you have, not even the spiritual quality that you may think you possess, but when you look at yourself differently, if a bird happens to fly by you, you will look at that bird and say, man, I'm amazed by what I just saw. Ladies and gentlemen, try to see differently. Try to love yourself more than you love anything else on this planet. Then bestow that love upon your family. Bestow it upon friends. Bestow it upon the universe that created us all. You have to bestow upon yourself the greatest gift of all. And the greatest gift that you can bestow on yourself is love. And I'm not even talking about selfish love. I'm talking about a love that's so pure that when you sit down and see all the things you've gone through and the things where you are, it almost brings a tear to your damn eye. Because you know you've been somewhere. You know that your children and yourself, that you struggle through something. And when you make new in your mind simply by that, I promise you everything about life is going to change for you. But it doesn't mean like when it changes, you're going to get $10 trillion or you're going to get 10 trillion friends or you're going to get 10 trillion memories. No, you're just going to get one moment of brightness in your life where you can say that, man, today is valuable because I made it valuable, because I'm a valuable person in the setup of the whole creation of the universe. Ladies and gentlemen, till next time, have peace in this time. And by all means, you know, if you feel good about your life, get out and take a walk. I mean, birds are still flying out here. You know, fish is still in the water. You see turtles. You see, don't even try to concentrate on the next person. Just enjoy nature for a moment. And then turn around and enjoy the person beside you. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy everything about this world, man. Because this world is special, man, and you're special too. Enjoy it because God loves you. Just like he loves everything else that he's created on this planet. There's no reason to run from something that's divine, because you'll find out what's divine in time. But if you look up sometimes, you know man didn't create this thing that you see, then life will still be a wonderful mystery to you and me. Until next time, people, peace.